Morning folks, I'm Dave Canterbury with the Pathfinder School, and this morning we're going to discuss night navigation and a primitive form of navigation that will allow you to obtain a general bearing not only from the four cardinal directions but also from 45-degree angles of each of those bearings as well. It only takes about 20 minutes to a half an hour to accomplish this, and you can use any star except the North Star. Stay with me. Okay, so if you take your notebook out real quick and just write this down on your notebook, this is what we're going to be talking about for the next few minutes. You have an acronym of LURD, L-U-R-D, turd with an L, pretty simple. Draw a straight line under that, and below that you're going to put the letters that accompany a compass rosette, but not in exact order. It should be north, east, south, west. And these letters correlate to each other. So you have north, east, south, west, and the LURD stands for left, up, right, and down. So write that down real quick and then we'll move on. Okay, so we're going to use one star for this method. It doesn't matter what star it is as long as it's not the North Star. What this allows us to do is we don't have to worry about a certain constellation or looking for the North Star or something that could be obscured by clouds or trees or a mountain or anything like that, depending on where we're at. We just have to find a star in the sky, anywhere that's not going to disappear from our view in about 20 minutes or a half an hour. It works best for me if I stay with stars that are above the horizon fairly well, but below the zenith of where the moon would come across the sky. So those mid-sky stars work the best for me. And what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself a pointing or aiming device. Just a stick will work fine. And it can either be forked or pointed. I like to use a forked stick if I can, but a pointed stick will work fine. It's really a matter of personal preference. And you're going to use that as a gun sight to aim at a star. And what I like to do with that is I like to just kind of pick my star up in the sky, put my stick in the ground, whatever I'm deciding I'm going to use, and then lay down on the ground with my knees up, basically, and my hands behind my head, and get that star aimed right through that pointer. So I don't have to move. I'm just laying on the ground and I'm relaxed and I don't have to move. And when I close my non-dominant eye and open my dominant eye, I can see that star right where it's supposed to be on that gun sight, just like I were aiming at it to shoot it. What you're going to find out is that in about 20 minutes or a half an hour, that star is going to move, because everything in the night sky moves. We all know this. That's where your table or your chart comes in. If that star has moved to the left, you're facing north. If it's moved up, you're facing east. And if it has moved right, you're facing south. Down, you're facing west. Then you also have combinations. If it has moved left and up, then you're facing northeast. If it's moved right and down, you're facing southwest. So you can correlate these letters to how the star moves, and it will give you the bearing that you are facing when you're looking at that star. And that's important. And you can just mark the ground with that general bearing for morning if you need to, and it will help you to obtain a generality of direction. And remember that all primitive navigation methods always end in lee, just like Ron Hood said. It's northerly, southerly, easterly, and westerly, because nothing's going to be exact. But this method has worked out very well for me ever since John taught it to me, and I've taught it to lots and lots of people that have come through the Pathfinder School over the last few years. And this method has worked out almost every single time, and the times that it didn't work out exactly right, I think it was an operator error, and the person that was trying to take the reading didn't get a good spot picked out where their stick was aimed at the star and weren't really sure of how it moved. So that's important. Anything like this takes practice, just like any other navigation method. Now,